when you talk about inspiration or being inspired, uh, one question is coming to my mind very frequently, that there are a few people who get inspired uh, because of their work. These working professionals, they feel inspired, and then there are some people who are feeling tremendous pressure because of the same work, the same amount of work. Recently one of the uh, person in a pharmaceutical company, and I was a part of that pharmaceutical company some years ago. uh, he had he had just quit his, I would say, his life. All right. And that was very tragic to hear. Now, I don't know what happened in his personal life, what happened in his professional life, but what my question is, that why does it happen that some people feel inspired from the same amount of work, and the other group of people, they feel tremendous pressure? What's the difference?
So the number one difference for me is that when you do something with a purpose, I mean there's a strong purpose behind what you're doing, all right, then you're inspired to do it. But if you're doing something because you're compelled to do, like your boss has to do it, like you're doing because your parents have to do it, because I work with a lot of students, right? And number of times, I mean majority of the times, when you talk to them, they say they have become XYZ, like engineer or doctor or whatever it is, because their parents want them to. Like I know a case when I was living in Bahrain, I had a neighbor, and they put their son in one of the best British, this Irish medical college, okay, where the fees is something like nearly $50,000 per annum. Okay, and this is 5 years course. That means they are shelling out a lot of money, right? That guy, he did his medicine for 3.5 years and he just quit. Now imagine the amount of financial loss. And financial loss is one thing. What about personal loss to that kid? Because when he was put into the medical college, probably the parents never asked him whether you want to do it, you don't want to do it, you don't. They just put him there because his grandfather was a doctor, his father is a doctor, so he has to be a doctor. This we see a number of times. So similarly, when like recently I have written a book called The Gap, where it's all about our students who come out of colleges, who seek employment, and there is gap in skill gap. One of the prominent things when I was doing research for the book and when I was writing it, that came up is that majority of the students who take up jobs, they're taking up a job because it's there, because they got it, because somebody referred them to it, because somebody came to their college and picked them for a job. It is not that something that he wants to do in life. It is not something that he likes it or passionate about it. It is just because it is available. He wants to do a job, he wants to make earnings, and there is something, he got it and he start doing it. So what happens in this situation is, suppose a student is there and he got out of college and he got into a job which he doesn't like, but he needs it at the time, and he joined. He started earning. No, it's not easy to come out of it. Take a break. To say that, okay, I will stop this and I will pursue my dream. No, it's not easy. Because there is always this financial burdens or there is some demands, okay, which he need to consistently meet. So by the time he realizes that this is not working and he want to come out of it, he will be so deep into it, or he will be so late that it's almost impossible for him to turn back and start something new. You need a really, really strong mindset to do that. So that's
True,
where
true.
the differences.
That's true. And when you were telling about that student's story, uh, it reminded me of one of my clients who had a similar experience after after 3.5 years of being in a professional course. He wanted to leave it because there was no motivation to do it, and she found that she didn't like to do it at all, right? And or let's say she was a bit confused. She didn't have clarity, and there was no other option also.
Mhm.
There was no clarity if she wanted to leave this. What is the other option that she wanted to pick or choose?
Mhm.
Now, when she completed the program, she had a clarity that she wanted to continue the same professional course she was in, and right now she is doing a good job. Uh, you know, uh, trying to not just living up to the expectation of family, but also also teaching others, also helping other girls, right? So that can be that can happen when people have that mindset shift. No, so what I understand from your story and what you said was that when people choose something voluntarily by by themselves, and they are clear in their mind, they achieve success, and they have this push, that inspiration from within. And when something is pushed from outside, they feel it like a burden.
Yes.
And they feel this tremendous pressure. Okay. And in today's world, everybody has targets, whether they are in school, whether they are in college, or whether they are at job, right? Everywhere there are targets, and targets are daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, right? So there is no getting rid of or moving away from the targets, right? That's the part and parcel of life. So either we choose them voluntarily, okay, or the world will throw towards us some challenge or some target, right? The
Yes.
choice is yours.
Yeah. But the thing is, when we choose, when kids choose themselves, or when people choose by themselves, what happens is you are inspired to do it because you choose it. There will be difficult. There are going to be challenges. There are going to be difficulties in however you do it. I mean, either somebody asks me to do something, I do it. There are challenges. I choose to do it. The path is same. There are challenges. But when I am choosing to do it, I see it as part of the game, and I do it. Whereas when somebody asks me to do it, I see it as, what the hell he threw me into? Why did he ask me to do this?
True.
Why should I do this? So it has a tremendous impact on your mindset. So in companies also, in the corporate world also, and when you have something to achieve yearly, like you set targets, the best way of doing it is that you have an open discussion with your team and show them the overall thing that you need to achieve, and let them choose to do how they want to do and what they want to do, how much they want to do. End of the day, this is the overall result that needs to be achieved. When you take that approach, people who have accepted that because they have chosen on their own, they are likely to deliver it better. Because when they work in such a scenario, they'll be doing it more passionately than under pressure.
True, and that's again a mindset issue. Hi, Shiva Kameshwari, and so she tells that clarity is such a gift. Yes, you are right, Shiva. So coming back to you, Saeed, I have seen and I have worked with people, at every level, and I have seen that people in the top management, they choose their targets, like they own their targets, right? They negotiate and then they receive those targets.
Yeah.
So it's like a voluntary action. But what happens down the line is not the same. They thrust those targets on others, and that's where the pressure starts to build. Okay. And at every level, the pressure keeps on increasing. It never decrease,
Yes.
right? Because what happens is the culture, just like the culture flows from top, the pressure flows from top to bottom.
Yes.
And that's why some strategies happen. Now, so coming back to the discussion today, that how TVF, that is the Victory Framework program, helps a person to change that mindset, or help them to become victorious.
Well, to start with, I would say this is a very powerful program that is developed after studying for years and years of corporate experience that we have. The one thing that we have realized, and the one thing that we have seen, is that the root cause or the basis of all this is your belief system. So the victory framework, it first deals with your belief system. Okay, because like for example, you want to become healthy, right? What is the first thing that you need to do? You need to check what's on your table and remove all those unhealthy things you have been eating. What you eat is okay, that's a secondary thing that will come later. But first, you need to remove what unhealthy things you have been eating, what unhealthy practices that you have, what unhealthy routine that you have been following. This you need to go from your system. Similarly, in the mind, that we have a belief system, like we were discussing earlier. Some beliefs are formed in us because of the experiences we had from childhood. So there are some good, there are some wrong, there are some bad, there are some deficient ones. So we need to look at those things and clean it up. So that's the first thing the civic shift and what we're dealing with. Okay. Once you have cleared your mind, did the cleaning up, put the right things in place, then you need to know where you're going. You need to be very clear about where you're going. Okay. I tell you one experience. I mean, it's a very close experience. A boy is 10th. Okay, he decides that I will do engineering. I will do chemical engineering. I will go to NIT, and I will go only to NIT Warnga. This is talking about in 10th. Okay. Left to him without any pressure. Okay, you want to do that, do it. Like we were talking before, what you choose to do, right? Since he said that he want to do it, I said, okay, go ahead, do it. And he did exactly the same. Okay, with his course, he had opportunity to do so many other things. And every call in his school, all his teachers, everybody told him, no, you should do IT, you should do computer engineering, you should do robotics. Nothing doing. I will do chemical, and I will go to NIT. And he did just that. This is clarity. So he did that because he had that clarity in his mind that this is where I want to go, and he did it. So that clarity is very important. So we work on people to get this done. Okay. Then, as you pursue anything, there will be challenges, right? So you need to know how to deal with those challenges. You need to build resilience. That's one more thing. That's one more step in this victory framework where you build resilience. And for everything you do, there's something on planning. We all do planning, right? But here the planning is not just a superficial planning. It's a clear path that you set out for yourself with very clear goals, intermittent goals, and final outcome. With that thing, and backed up by the strong mindset, okay? And of course, when you start out anything, there will be doubts. There will be self-doubts, and there will be doubts coming from external sources. So you need to be in the right company. So Victory Framework has a system where you stay in the right company, and you are guided at every stage, and that's what makes it different, and that's what makes people victorious, and that's why this is a very powerful program.
So it sounds very good, Saeed, that a person going through this program, the Victory Framework, they will have better understanding of themselves. What are those things they have collected in their childhood, which the way they have been conditioned, they can overcome their those limiting beliefs, as we call it, and they have better clarity what they want to achieve, right? And they can align themselves to their goal, right? And not just that, they will have guidance of the coaches and also the community, as you said, right? So I think if people get everything, and go through this program, how much time does it take for a person to complete this program?
Yeah, I would say this is a very comprehensive program. So this is ideally it should take 16 weeks. It's a slow journey, but a consistent journey and a comprehensive journey, right? And as we were talking about in the beginning, one need to have patience, and one need to invest himself, his time, his resources to get the results. And it is not a overnight success. It is not something that we are not musicians here. And so one need to be ready to put himself, his efforts, and also have patience with himself and with others.
So Saeed, you are saying that you are not magicians, but 16 weeks sounds to me like a magic, because people keep on working on themselves for years and years together, and they don't get such results, right? So if they have a desired goal and they can achieve in 16 weeks, or they are even remove those internal challenges or the doubts they have inside, if they can even correct those in 16 weeks, I think it's a miracle in itself. It's a magic, right?
True, right. But the thing is that I have experience. Like, for example, I tell you, we all went to colleges, right? Like that, millions of people have gone to colleges. So at an average, a degree takes 4 years. 4 long years, right? And 4 long years, every day you've been going to college for at least 6 to 8 hours, right? And in the end, what they have a piece of paper and some knowledge, which in most cases is not applied in practical life. But when the same people come out and they face some challenges in life, and they approach a coach, I see that their patience is less and they expect results very fast, right? That's why I said people need to have patience. 16 weeks is not long. But then for some, because they are already so much frustrated in life, they think that when they start this, things will change dramatically.
Yeah. So that brings us back to the mindset itself, right? So mindset is also the way you see things, right? The way you think about something, the kind of glass you are wearing through which you see the world, right?
Yes.
So people some people may think 16 weeks as a long journey, and some people can take it as a very short and magical journey, right? So it's the perspective, how they see it,
Yeah.
right? And let us leave it to them. All right.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you for joining us, Saeed, and thank you everyone, Siva and everybody, Ubud. So very soon in India we have festivals coming up. it is going to be a festival week. So happy festivities, everyone. Happy Diwali, and take care. Have fun. Be safe.
See you all again next week, same time, same place.
Bye bye.